All right, my peoples, how are we doing this Wednesday night? I meant to do this earlier, as it says in the box, but yeah. So I got home, I started editing the stream that I did last night, and then I had martial arts. So Mondays and Wednesdays I do martial arts, usually from 6:30 to 7:30. And so this one just like completely slipped my mind. I was like, uh, okay. You know, so I got home and I was like, yep, let me go ahead and just knock this one out real quick. Uh, Little backstory, I am a big Dune fan. I've read all the original books by Frank Herbert, and then I've read and also listened to all the books by Kevin J. Anderson and Brian Herbert. I just recently did a reread a year or so ago. Now, just because I'm a big fan doesn't mean I'm going to get everything right. I haven't been really paying attention too much. I know some of the cast. So if I get things wrong, I'm only human. I'm going to once again try to put this up on YouTube, but we'll see a couple times, depending on the company, they might do a copyright strike. And if that's the case, and I'm not going to put it up on YouTube, so it'll be on my VODs. But we'll see how it goes. But I plan on, let's go through this. My friends have seen this trailer because it came out at like noon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait and watch it with you guys and see. You guys can watch my live reaction and see what I think of it by my face and the things I do. So without further ado, guys, let's watch Dune Part 2, trailer number 1.
It's breathtaking. When you see sand here, imagine water.
That is a
You
beautiful
dive in,
sight.
you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, could you imagine
In
never
the
having
shadows
water?
of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain.
Florence Pugh?
The end of House Atreides.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
Doesn't mean that
What if
Paul
Paul
won't.
Atreides were still alive?
It's Spade. I just love the Fremen. Is that the Fremen Jabbar?
Have you ever had a dream about your first ride?
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Be simple. Be direct.
The simple fact that we're going to get to see him ride a worm. Oh, can't wait. Oh.
Nothing fancy.
I understand.
And he pulls like one of the biggest worms.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah, okay. Like Stilgar's face. Stilgar's like, oh my god, this guy is crazy.
You will never lose me, Paul Atreides.
Is that a Benny Gesserit?
We gave them something to hope for.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
That is a lot of Fremen warriors. November 3rd. Oh, and then it just went to my friend's reaction video. Oh, it didn't give us a lot. I'm going to say that now. It didn't give us a lot. We get Paul and Chani. He's explaining his world to her. She's explaining her world to him. she's never seen water, so the simple fact that she'd be able to swim in water just is mind-boggling to her and probably any Fremen. Um, then, so this is this Lady Jessica now as like not the Reverend Mother because she kind of is a Reverend Mother to the Fremen people. So and they're obviously going somewhere. And this is obviously Princess Erlani, played by Florence Pugh, which I've always liked Florence Pugh, like especially oh, what was the wrestling movie she did? But I thought she did a phenomenal job in that. Um, I guess if you can hear the helicopter, sorry, but Erlani doesn't really have, at least not that I can remember, that much of a big role. So to get that kind of an actress for that type of role, wow. Um, it's just it's amazing. But do you really need her for that role? And then obviously you got the Sardaukar, or not the Sardaukar, but House Harkonnen troopers destroying the remains of House Atreides since they took over. You got Paul doing his thing. He's now this is Fade. We didn't get to see Fade last movie. He is a bad MFer, and I can't wait to see him on screen. We do get to see a lot more of him. And then, can we just give it to the costume designers? The still suits are just, I think they're phenomenal. I really love the new designs for the still suits that we have here. I just think they're phenomenal. There's another page. So I don't know if he's just going to be that white or if it's just because this is black and white that we see. Paul getting ready to ride his first worm. There's a thumper, so that way, because the worms come to rhythmic sound, so the Fremen use the thumpers to draw a worm, so that way they can ride them. And then Stilgar's like, hey, don't show off, just ride, if you can't get a worm or you're just not ready, don't go for it. But he winds up pulling like one of the biggest worms out there. And I'm just looking for that. So that's pretty much the majority of this, this trailer is him riding. And then Zendaya's like, what the hell? And then there's it, because I want to... that right there. That needs to be a thumbnail. That definitely needs to be a thumbnail. Because look at Stilgar is like, this boy is crazy. And I think he's just realizing the power that Paul Muad'Dib is going to bring to the Fremen people and to this fight for the just jihad that he's going to be bringing. But then we got to wait till November 3rd. Right? Yeah. November 3rd is when we get to see this in theaters. I am definitely going to see it. Last time I got to go see it, a screening of it, and then me and my friends went and saw it actually again, because I think we'd already bought tickets for it as well. So we'll see what happens. I will definitely go see a screening if this has a screening for it. I am really excited for it, because splitting this movie up into two, obviously the first part did a lot of setup, so a lot of people were complaining that it was slow and boring and not a lot happened. And yes, it really is, but it's really because it's the setup. The second half of the movie is when stuff picks up. We saw at the end of the first movie where the coup was happening, or the hostile takeover from House Harkonnen was happening with the Emperor Sardaukar. So now we're going to see the repercussions of that with Paul gathering the Fremen together to take back what is rightfully his, or at least get that revenge on not only House Harkonnen, but the Emperor of the Galactic Empire. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Have you seen this trailer? probably have. It's the only big thing that came out I think this week so far. Have you seen Dune? Are you a fan of Dune? Let me know down in the comments down below. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching this trailer with me. If you like what you see here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. But that is all we have time for today, and I'll see you in the next review.